Okay, myself, Dr. Subir Gupta. Today I am discuss about the process management. It is a part of operating system and it's very important for operating system subject. Before I start my lecture, first I show the flow of presentation or flow of lecture, whatever you say. Here, the flow of the lecture given to you. The first we describe the process definition. It's very important. Next, we discuss about the process versus program, followed by different component of the process, different state of the process, and finally, process life cycle. This process life cycle is really very important for you. Okay, so we start our directly into the process definition, or we directly go into the our main lecture. Here, the process definition are given. The definition of the process is nothing else. A process is the instance of a computer program at the time of execution. The entire line is a bookish line. You can memorize this. That is not the big issue. But I want to explain each and every word so memorize can be easier for you. First, I want to explain about the instance. What do you mean by instance? Instance is nothing else a representative. Suppose the Indian cricket team. Indian cricket team, nothing else, represent the India. Means it is not the entire India. It is not the 140 crore people. It is represent the country. Indian football team result is same. Everything is same. Instance means one representative or a set of representative for a large volumes. The instance for which instance for a program means program is a large element, a large LOC, but process is a small entity for a big program. But another line is there at the time of execution. If program are stored into the hard disks, that it cannot be created any kind of process. If you want to run the process, the program, then at the time of execution, then one instance becomes a process. Clear? I repeat once again. When you try to run a program, then few part of the program are saved or stored into the main memory for execution. Then that part is known as a process. So finally, I want to say that the definition of the process, a process is the instance of a computer program at the time of execution. I hope the definition is okay for you. And this is the biggest line, but I explain properly so you can easily understood what is the definition meaning. Okay. Next, I go for the next slide, process versus program. Why this slide is important? Because in the previous slide, we told the two terminology. One is process, another one is program. Another one is program. So now I want to explain about the process versus program. Here it is given. First thing, program you may write in any language like Java, C, C++, Python, whatever you say. All languages known as programming language. That's why here write down PL means programming language. Instruction in any programming language. But process, it is any programming language converted by the operating system in the machine code or 0-1 combination. So process is always a machine code. That is the first difference between program versus process. Means program can be written in Program always write into the programming language, whereas the process must be in machine code. Okay. Program. Program, you can, where do you save the program? In the hard disk. If it is saved into the hard disk, then it is a static object. You can save the long time. But I told at the time of definition explanation, one instance are present in the main memory. If you switch off your computer, then what happened? The memory lost everything because memory is volatile. So it is a dynamic object. Suppose in a program you say insert the value of A, insert the value of B, whatever the value you enter, maybe 5 or maybe 6, whatever. If you shut down the computer and reopen the computer, then that 5, 6, computer cannot be remembered. But whatever you save into the hard disk, that is as it is. So program is a static object, whereas process is dynamic object. There is a continuation of the same point. The program is stored into the secondary storage or hard disk, whereas process stored in main memory. I hope in third difference you have no doubt about that. In the next difference, time spans unlimited. Means in a hard disk, if you save any program until you delete it, it will save for a lifetime. So time span is unlimited. But in case of process, it is stored into the main memory. If it is stored into the main memory, if it is shut down, then the process will be died or terminate. Then the time span of the process is very limited because it is stored into the main memory. Main memory cannot be save the data. And finally, I can say that program is a passive version, whereas the process is an active version. Why it is passive? Until anybody use this, it is in a idle mode, so it is a passive version. Whereas I can say that process is active because it is into the main memory, so it is active. In general, if the question are like that, write down the difference between process based program. There are 5 marks, so we have to write down the 5 points. So here the 5 difference are actually given. So I hope it is good enough for you. Okay, can I go for the next slide? Now I explain about the process state. If I go into the our agenda, then component of the process and process state. Now I said the process state. Process state are new, ready, running, waiting, terminate. Okay. New means when a process is created. When a process is created. Okay. Ready means the new ready is possible. The sequence is very, very important. Okay. After new, the ready. The process is waiting to assign to a processor. Means until when it is stay into the ready queue. Queue. I repeat, queue. It is not stack. It is a queue. It is a ready queue. In the process are waiting into the ready queue for assign the different hard disk component and others. Okay. Running means when it is already assigned by the OS and it is under the execution. Clear? And waiting means sometime as per your program, you are depend on input the value of A, input the value of B. At that time, you cannot be jump the main memory. Then OS just simply cut up it from the main memory and state into the waiting state means it is waiting for the user input or output or everything means it is waiting for the IO. And finally, the last state is terminate. If its process done the whatever the execution instruction are given to the process, then it is terminated. Okay. Now the last topic, process life cycle. This is very, very important. Okay. First, as per the previous slide, you just was that the new, ready, running, waiting, terminate, all are present in this process life cycle, along with some other words. Now I explain the process life cycle properly. First, a process is created, that is the new. New to it is jump to the ready, that means admitted into the ready queue. Okay. Whereas the main memory are available or ways are allowed to that process to execute into the main memory, it is going to the running. It is going to the running. I'm not telling about the scheduler, dispatch, and interrupt. I will discuss later. It is just simply going to the ready to running. In running condition, if any IO is required, IO means input output from the keyboard, the value of A or value of B or anything, then it just going to the waiting state. IO or event wait. Okay. Whenever it received the IO value, then cannot go into the running directly. It is once again going to the ready and waiting for the access the main memory. Okay. And this cycle will be whenever completed, then it is simply terminated. From the running to terminated means the death of the process or end of the process or exit of the process. Now the two important words I am not described here. One is interrupt, another is dispatch. In CPU scheduling or in process, there are many algorithms like first come first serve, shortest job first, shortest remaining time first, round robin, dependable algorithm. As per the algorithm, the process can be continue as per the sequence or maybe stop by the ways depend on the algorithm. As an example, shortest job first. If any small job come, then operating system stop the lengthy process and give a chance to execute the short process. So we can say about that, if I we stop any process in main memory, then it is called scheduler interrupt. Scheduler interrupt. Okay, it is called scheduler interrupt. It is showing about that. If it is scheduler interrupt, then it is going to the running to ready. And whenever the small job is over, then once again the previous job will be executed in the main memory. Then it is called scheduler dispatch. This a scheduler interrupt and scheduler dispatch are basically preemptive algorithm applicable. That part we will describe later. But you just I give another example to you for easy to understood. Suppose round robin. Round robin means where the time slice is very very important. Every process have a assume that 2 nanosecond or 2 unit second, 2 unit time. So every 2 unit, you simply stop that process. You simply stop that process. It is go from running to ready. And another process get a chance to execute the main memory. So it is ready to run. So that part, ready and running, a critical thing are going on. One is scheduler dispatch, another is scheduler interrupt. If it is any process go from ready to running, then it is called scheduler dispatch. If any process suspend from the main memory, then it is called scheduler interrupt. That is the entire process life cycle. I hope you understand properly. And for the process management, this is my lecture. And I over here, I don't know how much you enjoy, but I hope I explained properly. Thank you.